Disney-Pixar's Incredibles 2 is packing a super-powered punch at the box office, and will soar to an estimated $180 million this weekend, easily shattering the opening box office record for an animated film, and eyeing one of the top 10 openings for any film, not adjusting for inflation. As usual, Disney's most recent numbers hold a more conservative estimate around $160 minus $170 million. The animated superhero sequel earned an A Cinema score in $71.5 million from 4,410 theaters on Friday. The Pixar sequel arrives 14 years after 2004's The Incredibles, and it may be early in the weekend, but Incredibles 2 is already breaking records after pulling a massive $18.5 million from Thursday. Previews, not only the largest preview box office ever for an animated feature, but more than double the previous record, which was held by Finding Dory with $9.2 million. The original Incredibles opened in 2004 with $70.5 million, and went on to win the Oscar for Best Animated Film, earning $633 million worldwide. Image via Warner Bros. The long-awaited Incredibles follow-up marks the longest sequel wait for a Pixar film, besting the 13-year span between Finding Nemo and Finding Dory. Incredibles 2 is also on track to easily top the $135 debut Finding Dory nabbed in 2016, which currently hold the crown for the largest domestic opening for an animated film. Director Brad Bird returns for the super sequel along with the original voice stars Holly Hunter, Craig T. Nelson, Samuel L. Jackson and newcomers Bob Odenkirk and Catherine Keener. Ocean's 8 looks to hold strong in its second frame, pulling about $20 million from 4,145 theaters to take the no. That would push the film's domestic tally past $80 million after only 10 days. The female-led Ocean's 11 spin-off is riding high on the best opening weekend of the franchise and boasts an all-star lineup featuring Sandra Bullock as Danny Ocean's sister and Cate Blanchett, Helena Bonham Carter, Rihanna, Sarah Paulson, Awkwafina, Mindy Kaling, and Anne Hathaway as the key players in her Met Gala heist. Tag, the new R-rated comedy from Warner Bros. Is on track to come in at number 3 for the weekend with a predicted $15 million from 3,382 theaters. That puts the film slightly behind but in range of the year's other adult comedy releases, Game Night, $17 million opening, and Blockers, $20.5 million opening. Directed by Jeff Tomsic, Broad City, Tag stars Ed Helms, Jeremy Renner, Rashida Jones, Isla Fisher, Jake Johnson, John Hamm, Leslie Bibb, and Hannibal Buress as a group of friends locked in a 30-year game of tag when it suddenly gets kicked into overdrive. Image via Warner Bros. Landing at no. 4 for the week is Disney and Lucasfilm's Solo, a Star Wars story, which should earn around $9 million in its 4th weekend. That pushes the film's domestic earnings over just $190 million, cementing Solo as the rare financial disappointment in the Star Wars universe. Finally, rounding out the top 5 is Deadpool 2. The R-rated superhero sequel will battle it out with Solo for the no. 4 spot, and also looks to add about $9 million to its domestic tally, bringing the total to more than $290 million. Worldwide, Deadpool 2 now looks to top $670 million through Sunday, an impressive tally for an R-rated movie, even if it's still shy of Deadpool's $783 million in 2015. As for the week's other new offerings, Sony's Superfly remake has earned $5.865 million from 2,220 theaters since its Wednesday debut, and is on track to take about $8 million in its opening weekend. Meanwhile, John Travolta's Passion Project debuts at 503 locations this weekend and is tracking for about $1.7 million. The film currently sits at 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. Check out the top 5 breakdown below. Numbers via Box Office Mojo. Ranked title weekend total 1. The Incredibles 2 $71,546,000 $71,546,000 2. Ocean's 8 $5,915,000 $65,535,170 3. Tag $5,400,000 $5,400,000 for Solo, A Star Wars Story $2,335,000 $186,099,087 5. Deadpool $2,300,000 $288,180,808